Hi, Rachel. Thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate you giving up some of your time to come and talk to other women about the Signature Transformation Program. So thank you very much for being here.
That's okay. It's my
Thank you.
pleasure.
So, first and foremost, if you could tell women what inspired you to join the program in the first place? What was going on in your life that you thought, "Do you know what, I need this to change?"
Yeah, and it was going back to June when I signed up for the program, and certainly needed something to change. A culmination of years of being a mother, a wife, a business owner, a boss, a sister, a daughter, a friend, and constantly giving of yourself, and there's nothing left to give. I was really at a certainly very low ebb back then.
Oh,
And as everybody was sort of that time, I mean, we're just coming
yeah,
out of lockdown, everybody's going back to work, everybody's working so hard to try and make things work again. And yeah, something had to change because I really was
absolutely.
having a tough time. Yeah,
Do you feel like you were bottom of your priority list at the time?
yeah, certainly. Everybody else came before me. Everybody,
Yeah.
even the
But
cat.
but that's why, isn't it? We give and we give and give to other people, and then we put ourselves last, and then we're working on empty, and we wonder why we don't love ourselves. So, what was your
Yeah,
relationship like with yourself 12 weeks ago? You know, with your body, with your mind, what was going on for you?
it was just constant stress. I mean, I hated myself. I hated the way I'd looked. I'd put a stone on and more over lockdown, like a lot of people had. But the way I spoke to myself, the way I didn't treat myself with respect, look after myself properly. There was nothing going on like that at all.
Yeah,
It was just everybody else came first.
I get that. So, you joined the transformation program. Obviously, you've had weekly videos and you've had worksheets. I mean, I know some of them have been like big worksheets, almost 30 pages, because I do like to write. But how have you found it? So we've done the weekly Q&A calls. You've had the weekly videos and worksheets as well. How did you find the work every week? Was it okay for you, the workload?
Yeah, I found it fine, apart from this last week, which we'll go into. But yeah, up to then, I've found it absolutely fine. I've really enjoyed doing it. The work, there's so many moments where you watch things or you're reading something that you've written, you're like, wow, I really never thought about things like that. Gives you a whole new perspective on the way that you think about things. It really does. I love the videos, and I love going back and watching the videos again, because then it just reinforces
Well,
what you already know.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's it. You've got the videos forever, right? You can
yeah.
keep on watching them as much as you want. So you didn't have a problem. So this week, the issue has just been because your life turned upside down, really, didn't it? This week,
It did, yes. I've had a very stressful week this week.
but but you've handled it differently, and you've told me you've handled it differently than you would have done before the call. Can you tell people what that was about?
Yes, this week we were quite a way down with a house purchase, and obviously we're selling our house. We move out in 10 days. And the lady whose house we were buying, I had a conversation with her this week on the phone, which turned rather nasty towards me. So obviously I was very polite with her and ended the phone call as quick as I could, but then spent all night furiously toying with my own emotions and what's right and what's wrong, and just decided in the end, no matter what happens, I just cannot buy a house off a woman whose standards fall way below my standards on how you treat other people. So made the very decisive decision, and my husband
Oh,
was very shocked that we weren't buying this house any longer.
so do you think it's your self-respect has changed, your self-confidence, your self-worth? What do you think has been, for you, what has been the biggest change in the 12 weeks?
That's definitely self-respect, isn't it? Because
Mm.
before, the old me would have just gone along with, well, the family need a home and we're so far along with this, and just put up with it no matter how she spoke to me, and we'll just carry on with it and move into her house. And now my self-respect is just through the roof, and I'm just like, don't care who you are or what you're doing, I am not buying a house off you.
Brilliant. So if we look back at the 12 weeks, if you could tell women, what's the biggest aha moment for you? What was the biggest realization? Because you had some big ones along this course, didn't you? The 12 weeks. But what was the biggest, do you think, the most profound moment for you?
I think the most profound thing that I realised was when we did talking about the self-talk that we do. And what I realised was that I've been carrying with me all my childhood, probably in adult life, is an internal voice that actually turns out to be my mother's voice, criticising myself, my body, how I look, how I
Yeah.
am, everything. And it just made, I did not realise until halfway through this course that that wasn't my voice, that was my mother's voice. I'm just replicating and you repeating the language that I was so used to hearing as a child. And
So,
that has just stopped now. That just is no longer
is
there.
it no
The
longer there?
difference, no,
Okay.
no at all. Because I've realised what it is. It's just diminished. It's just gone. It's amazing.
That's amazing. I've got goose pimples. Literally, every time you tell me, I get goose pimples. I just got them again now. Okay, so if you were going to characterize what's different in your life 12 weeks ago to now, what would you say? What words would you use to describe the difference for you?
Oh, so much. I mean, I've lost a stone. I feel so much better about myself. I'm looking after myself, drinking more water, having me time and looking after me. I'm not scared to say no to things now. The
Oh,
self-respect is just huge compared to where I was.
that's amazing. And your self-confidence seems to have shot through the roof as well.
Yes, yeah, so I feel so. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. That's amazing. So, last thing, if you were going to give some advice to anyone thinking of joining the transformation program, what would you say to them, please, Rachel?
I would say, excuse me, that's my alarm going off. Sorry. I would say to them, don't hesitate. It will change your life. It's totally life transforming. And you just, I don't, I can't even imagine where I was all that time ago. And now where I am here, it's just a completely different person. I feel like a different person.
That's amazing. Rachel, thank you so much for giving up your time. Thank you for talking to us today. I can't wait to carry on seeing you in Feed Your Fairy because I know you're staying in the membership as well, aren't you? So lots of love to you and I'll speak to you soon.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Speak to you
Bye.
soon. Bye bye.